speechless. Just completely speechless. First, I'd like to thank Darkblaze6 for taking one for the team and trying to figure out the answer to the question that I raised in the last video, namely whether it's really gotten out of hand in the case of Skyla's whole porn thing, or if it's just par for the course, because after all, it's Pokemon. Pokemon is a huge franchise, so we should expect copious amounts of porn for every female character out there. So yeah, it really deserves a bit of praise, especially since that involves looking at stuff that makes Elfen Lied look tame. His words, not mine. But yeah, I'm not going to list all the conclusions here, just one or two are going to be more than enough to give you an idea. So here goes the big shocker. Skyla's had more porn drawn of her in 5 months than Cynthia did in over 4 years. I'm not making this up, guys. This is for real. You'd think the gothic Lolita fetish would kick in at some point, but no, it only took 5 months for Skyla to top Cynthia, who's had a whole generation to build up a porn stash. Heck, just a quick Google image search of Skyla's Japanese name will tell you all you need to know about the whole situation. Especially the whole part where a very popular hobby is pairing Skyla up with Elisa. And no, I'm not thinking that up either. You're tearing me apart, Elisa! And just another comparison to give you an idea, I suggested looking up Gardenia because both Skyla and Gardenia are similar minor gym leaders that look to be about the same age, except Gardenia, she's not nearly as slutty looking. Oh god. Porygon 2's such an asshole. This is why it's so tough to deal with it sometimes. It's very good at turning the abilities of certain Pokemon against them, and Vaporeon is one such Pokemon. So, yeah, 2-hit KO instead of 1-hit KO, not that it makes a big difference. So anyways, I was about to say about Gardenia, she's also more appropriately proportioned for a girl her age, and Skyla wins by about a 2.5 to 1 ratio, and we're once again comparing a character that's existed for 5 months to one that's existed for over 4 years. So that is ridiculous, and equally ridiculous is the fact that, look, we're basically out in the open here, and none of these guys even notice us. And thank God, because if even one of those guys saw us, it would be the end, because I don't think the two of us would be able to stand up against an army, as pathetic as they may be individually. And so, we're listening to Cyrus giving his little speech about his old philosophy about how the world is incomplete, or other such weird bull crap, and he wants to create a new world because of that. And I don't think any of the grunts here actually understand what he's talking about. They're just applauding mindlessly like, "Hi, Cyrus!" Yeah, because that speech sort of reminds me of, Hitler's speeches and stuff, which is why I made that Third Reich reference at the end of the last video. I didn't mean to offend anyone, by the way, with that. It was just an innocent comparison. It's not like we're comparing it with the actual tragic part of World War II. But enough of that. United we stand, yada yada yada. And I think it's quite funny the way he puts it, because he's just manipulating Team Galactic. He couldn't care less what happens to his underlings. He just wants to create a new universe, destroy this one, create a new one, where he'll reign supreme. And he's only 27 years old? I did not remember that. Especially since he looks a lot older than that, but whatever. And Looker is about as baffled as I am with all this pseudo-philosophical crap, but yeah. And by the way, this part here isn't in Diamond and Pearl, it's only in Platinum, and I'm not talking about Looker here, who's not in Diamond and Pearl at all, but also this whole scene with the speech and all. And, oh hey, we found Mars's private quarters! Team Galactic nap room. Ensure the bed isn't occupied before getting into it. Well, it's not like Mars actually minds or anything like that. No, can't sleep in that. I thought it was sort of a healing spot, but whatever. I was about to say, I'm afraid to think of where those sheets have been, but hey, if it's for healing, then I'll take it, but no, it's not for healing. It's just for decoration, apparently. Anyway, we're not far away from Cyrus now, and when I beat him, he's going to give me the Master Ball. And as I said in the comments a few times before, that Master Ball is going to Giratina. Now, some of you may say, what are you thinking? Why aren't you using insert other legendary Pokemon here? Well, hear me out, okay? When I fight Giratina, it's going to be in its origin form, which means its attacking stats are going to be higher than with the altered form. And to top it all off, I'm going to have to contend with powerful dual stab in the form of Dragon Claw and Shadow Force. These moves hurt. And as if that's not enough, it also has Ominous Swim and Ancient Power, which can potentially provide a boost to all stats. That wouldn't be pretty if it happened. So yeah, Giratina is pretty tough to catch in its origin form. It's not as bad in the altered form, but it's only in Diamond and Pearl. And as for the other legendaries, Uxie. Lots of defenses, but not much in the way of offense, and no instant recovery means it's going to be a fairly easy catch, other than the obvious catch rate of 3, but I'm in no real danger of being swept while trying to catch it. Azelf is admittedly going to be more of a pain because of Nasty Plot, which is going to power up Confusion and Uproar to levels where it can actually put the hurting on you. Nonetheless, I still don't think it's going to be as difficult as Giratina. The Algan Palkia catch rate of 30, sorry, but it's a really bad idea to waste the Master Ball on it. If you ever use the Master Ball on those two, I pity you, because they got a catch rate 10 times as high as most legendaries. Other than that, we got Mesprit, Cresselia, and the legendary birds. All runners. There are 5 of them. Even if I were to catch one of them in the Master Ball, that still leaves 4 to catch with Dusk Balls. And that's not a huge difference, 4 and 5, so I might as well just catch them all with Dusk Balls, not to mention that when you're fighting runners, there are no real dangers of being swept. Oh hey! I didn't think there would actually be something there, but it was a protein hidden behind that trait, and the rightmost pixel, it seemed, was actually visible, so hooray for actually looking. And the last legendary left would be Heatran, which in this game, compared to Diamond Pearl where it's at 70, comes at level 50 in Platinum, and it's at a point where being level 50 is a bit on the low side, so it doesn't really matter. So that's why I'm going to be using it on Giratina. And we're done with this rant just in time to barge into Cyrus's room. Yeah, a big lie, of course. It's basically what I told you before. He wants to create a new world, but yeah, that world isn't for Team Galactic. It's all for me! Me! It could never be the complete and perfect world. Well, it's not like you're perfect yourself, but whatever. Uniformly useless and incomplete. I can relate to that. They suck. Like real bad. Like, hey, there's an intruder. Hey, look at the antenna. But anyway, yeah, now he doesn't really care about Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf since their job is done. Anyway, we get more of that philosophical junk. I don't think it actually qualifies as nihilism, but it probably comes pretty close nonetheless. And now, yeah, he's accusing me of following my heart. And he's gonna make us regret, oh no, when it's time for a boss fight with the really awesome music on top of that. Now he's gonna be quite a bit tougher than last time. Obviously, Sneasel is his lead. Well, I would have liked to have Lucario out for this kind of matchup, but let's see if Surf is gonna one-hit KO the thing. And man, Sneasel's fast! Managed to outspeed me, even with a 13 level advantage. There we go, one-hit KO. But yeah, It's not like Vaporeon's really fast, but I thought I'd at least be able to get the speed edge. And now we got Crobat, probably going to be outspeed me as well. Yeah, Poison Fang. Please don't get poisoned. Please, 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 please. Yeah, okay, Ice Beam. Is it going to be able to KO the thing? Because I've had a lot of trouble with Lucario's Ice Punch and Golbats before. But I guess, yeah, Ice Beam's got more power, and Vaporeon is at a higher level than Lucario was when I tried to kill those Golbats. And Honchkrow. I'm going to keep Vaporeon in there again because Ice Beam is pretty much the best thing I have against it. My last Pokemon. He looks bored out of his skull. My last Pokemon. Okay, anyway, is it going to be enough? Honchkrow's got quite a bit of HP, after all. Yep, that's it. But it doesn't mean that our little incursion here is complete just yet, because there's yet another boss fight after this. Yep, we're going to be fighting Saturn again. Now, I think it's weird how the final boss of the Galactic HQ is Saturn, especially since he comes right after Cyrus, but whatever, not like it really matters a whole bunch, because this is the last time we fight Saturn, whereas I'm going to be fighting Cyrus once more pretty soon. Okay, so recommend you're strong and courageous. Yeah, he's gonna give me the Master Ball, and that's why I just explained what I was gonna do with it and why. The ultimate Pokeball. And hilariously enough, I'm gonna make him regret giving me the Master Ball later on. It's gonna be really fun to watch, even though it doesn't really make a difference with which ball you catch. Giratina. And thus ends another long speech. He just loves hearing himself speak, doesn't he? Take the Warp Panel ahead. I'm off to Mount Coronet. Well, I'm going to join you there as soon as I'm done here. Won't take much time, so leave some action for me, okay? La la la. And is this a Warp Panel I'm seeing? Yep. So where does it lead? Oh, hello, stage? This isn't the right room, huh? Okay, well, fine, then I'm going to continue on over here, and this has got to be the right Warp Panel. Those pillars here go down when you rescue the Pixies. And this room here, the atmosphere is sort of creepy. It sort of reminds me of, you know, in Subspace Emissary, inside the Hallbird, that one hallway with tubes with all sorts of enemies inside them. Yeah, if you've played the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is what it reminds me of, and it's sort of almost identical in layout and atmosphere. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save here, since I still got 2 minutes left to record in this video, and it would be a shame to let them go to waste. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head into this room, then read all the text there is to read, so that we can begin the next part right off the bat with the battle against Saturn. And looking at the Pixies here, seems to be suffering, and Yuxi said that its eyes were sealed shut, but aren't they always sealed shut anyway? Anyway, we got Saturn and Charon here. It's only the second time we meet Charon in this game. Almost wonder why they put him in the game. It's not like he's doing a whole lot. You never fight him on top of that. So, anyway, Charon's busy thinking out loud. Okay, if Cyrus is right. It's funny how he thinks he's such a genius and all, and yet he's conned by Cyrus just like all the others. Okay. Our boss can do without your kind of moral support. It's funny how, like, Charon just got shot down by Mars at the Windworks, then he just got told off by Saturn here, and later on in the game we're going to see him get once again shot down by Mars and Jupiter, and they're going to basically quit Team Galactic because Charon sucks and Cyrus is the Roxers. But enough of that. Next time, Slowflake versus Saturn 2.